Poppy's Poetry Corner. We finally made it to the time where rhythm and blues meets poetry and rhyme. Yep, we on the corner where it's safe to fire up your marijuana. But this room about to get hot as the summer, so you might need something chill like a glass of wine. Water does me just fine. Whatever relaxes your mind and help you recline after what might have been a hump day at work. Put yourself first. Where here nothing has to be rehearsed. Let me put it in reverse. The corner we back to is brought to you by Faith and Hustle. So it's some big hitters in this room, and it's okay to flex your muscle. Because we locked and loaded and heavily potent. Nothing corroded about our brain waves. Going back in the days where you could simply walk to the corner to find your muse. Or peep out the latest groove. We about to let the energy fill the room so it might get a little wet. Or fill you up till you get so high. Because around here, we get praise when your stuff is fire. So let us begin. Welcome to the corner, my friends.
I'm angry as hell that it even had to come down to this. But here I am. Boxing up the rest of the sympathy, the empathy, and the rest of the fucks that I have left to give to you fake ass, washed up frenemies. To the alley with the rest of the toxic waste you go. Because I'm done harboring everyone else's bullshit. And my pack rack days have been over and done with. Imagine this though. Always being a go-to for uplifting while you're being weighed down by envy, hidden behind outlandish giggles and frivolous ass chit-chats. I bet it was all fun and games until my intuition could no longer overlook the tomfoolery. It's given a taste of bitter ass energy that felt too familiar to second guess. And I'd be a damn fool to ignore. So apparently, I needed to check myself because these recycled ass peasants thought that shit was sweet. Warning, never take my silence for weakness because I'm strategic with my actions and my clap back is petty as fuck. Now, many of you know me as Madam, but allow me to introduce you to Jasmine. I'm a Scorpio who's known for using my lethal tongue to convey my feelings, be it love or disgust. I rarely leave room for my words to be misconstrued. Now, rumor has it that I possess a resting bitch face that informs you the moment you have me fucked up. So think twice before coming for me. Mind your manners, and if you're bold enough to step to me, address me as Miss Nene, because when I speak, these lips of mine are guilty of leaking the truth. So here's some spiel for you. I've never been one to mix business with pleasure. And I'm sure the same rules apply to trash and treasure. Nevertheless, I woke up prepared for garbage day. Boxed up all of that expired shit for the garbage collectors to pull up, load all that trash up, and take it away. Fuck all y'all messy motherfuckers. The damage is done, the gloves are off, and ain't no coming back from this shit. That's that piece.
I be beast, man. A pen that can't be locked in pen the way I rock out ready to ignite. This line is on the prowl. You know I'm cooking, so please don't be a part of the kill. You can quickly get twisted trying to tangle knowing I'm locked and loaded, so it get coarse trying to knock me off course. Baby, that's tough. Approach with caution, especially on the pride land, because we be protecting the pride by all means, man, so don't make me roar. You probably slept on the fact that I could climb this high to protect, to get at your neck. It was not far-fetched that I could climb more because our packs are not the same. See, you be lying. Been lying with the presents, so you can never wear this crown. Fair warning, stay away from the smoke because you'll be looking for a lioness, but what will appear will be goat. And that's my piece.
At the words, "How are you?" I freeze with terror. Answers rush toward my mouth, bottlenecking in my throat, causing me to choke. Eyes try to communicate on my behalf, but pressure forces expression to well, blurring my vision with tears. I question be the roll of a dice. At a life or death game, my heart rate goes tachycardic as my mind attempts to process the emotions and assess, is it safe to answer? Can the asker hear that I'm crumbling? Life is perpetual aftershocks. I am being buried under my clutter. My room hasn't been cleaned in years. I didn't want to get out of bed today or yesterday. I plan to stay in there tomorrow. Work feels like a hamster wheel and my joints are arthritic. Do they care that my body is even betraying me? Every month I lose more blood than I can make. My heart is being punished. I am in love with a man that is making me choose me over us. I say I will let go, but each night I dream of returning to his arms and his home. I am an addict. My addictions, boys, love, clutter, food, pain, busyness. I am so tired of being busy. I am mad at myself for waking up on time to turn off the gas that my mom accidentally left on. I am pissed off at my parents for being ordinary, non superhumans. I am angrier still at them for aging and for my sister for dying. This was her job. It was more of a sentence than a gig. I didn't want any of this. And I shouldn't say a word because I know I will be asked for the umpteenth time. Am I thinking of self-harm? And while I am not thinking of it now, I fear the power of suggestion. They'll think I'm crazy if I suggest part of this is the price of my melanin. It costs too much. My bank account is empty. And despite all of this, I'm generally okay. I think. I mean, I'm finally healing from the whiplash. The scars from the tongue lashings are mending. No one died today, though I'm holding space for friends losing people. I'm carrying all of this in atrophied arms and on knees that creak so loud they wake me up at night and I already get less than 5 hours of sleep on average. There's just too many words, or maybe not enough. I'm not sure if the asker is ready to hear. I almost wish they'd not inquire about my well-being, for I become a deer in a spotlight. Please flick off the lights so I can go run and hide. Poem.
Sometimes in the dark of night, my screams echo off the walls, while in the shadows of my mind, I chase patience down endless halls. They never stop coming, one after the other. Everyone is someone special: brother, sister, father, mother. I do what I can to ease their pain. I can hear their hollow cries. It gives me butterflies in my stomach and brings teardrops to my eyes. No matter where I look and turn, a hand is reaching out. Some barely have the breath to whisper. Others scream and shout. I'll never forget their faces. I'll always remember their names. You can't touch that many people's lives and expect to remain unchanged. No one ever told me all the awful things I'd see. No one ever warned me the way that it would be. I held her hand while she cried that night after she was beaten and was raped. I listened to her story as she told me of her escape. I placed the baby in her mother's arms, there in the hospital bed. It would have been an ideal scene if only the infant wasn't dead. The family screamed and cried when we told them the news. They just couldn't understand. There was nothing left we could do. I watched them punch and kick the walls, then fall down on their knees. I listened as they sobbed and prayed and just kept saying, please. So many expressions of grief and pain I've witnessed over the years. So many times I've had to choke back my own sobs and tears. Now I wake at night with the memories running through my head, not only of the living, but also of the dead. It takes me a couple minutes to look around and see that here, now in the darkness, there is only me.
Time is of the essence, so prioritize. Use each second as a weapon to be immortalized. Living every minute in fear of death leaves you mortified. Slaving men wage by the hour? Oh yeah, that's how we rise. Counting down them days till you paid, waiting just to survive? That must be tiring. They start that brainwash at months old. So it's going to take years for that rewiring. Tell them young men they're not sirs, they should be siring. Treat your mother, sister, and wife as if she's dying, man, because she is. She's not a gambler, but consistently loses sons to bids. We have children, not kids. Wisdom straight from a whiz, so stop receiving and give. It's more to it. Listen, if you're thirsty, I'm spitting some good fluid. That other shit can't stomach it, let alone even chew it. Plus the kids around, add content, and then Julie. It's your seed. You shouldn't want to manipulate it and fool it. My dad's honesty helped me avoid the quote-unquote cool kids. He said, son, the last thing I taught you to be was stupid. I skipped that lesson dealing with women, man. I thought I was Cupid. My advice, don't aim for the heart, aim for the head, because people putting arrows under their armpits playing dead.
If no one has ever told you, you're beautiful. Beauty goes beyond just how you look. You're beautiful because you are authentically you. There is nothing more beautiful than a confident woman. Your scars, your flaws, your fears, your tears, your pains, your stains, your worries, and your regrets are all pieces to the puzzle to who you are. Each one is needed because without those pieces, you couldn't reach back and save other beautiful ones. It is the facets of the diamond that make it sparkle. Because you are multifaceted, you now radiated an unprecedented beauty. God has allowed your ears to hear these words because he wants you to know you're beautiful. And your weakness, he has made strong. So yes, you may have been wrong, but God has given you strength to hold on. Forgiveness doesn't erase the past. It enlarges the future. God is giving you beauty for ashes. So don't let your past distract you. You're beautiful, flaws and all, because there aren't flaws, just pieces to God's beautiful masterpiece.
Ooh, that's my type of speed round, man. I love when they come through the corner and fire everybody ass up. Foul, foul, foul. It's a drive-by, bitch. Yeah! Boy, welcome back to another week on P.P.C, home of the best uncut dopeness, where week after week, we have brought y'all different strains of artistic dopeness. So if you're new to the vibe, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you know when we lit. And if you're an artist of any kind, man, hit us up if you're trying to jump off the porch and kick it with us. Man, the corner only got 2 shows left, so you know we wrapping up for the new season. Believe that. I hope y'all day has been too blessed, too stressed. I ain't no cap. Today is one of the best days out of the week for me, because y'all know I don't be humping around about the energy that I'm bringing on the corner, man. Speaking of energy, shout out to the best group on Facebook, Poppy's Poetry Corner, for taking the time to get their vote on. Just like that Rewind by Queen. And if y'all just seen that bomb ass Spotlight by Madam J. Queen, everybody rocked out last week. So if you missed last week's show, man, y'all don't know what y'all missed. Make sure that y'all tap in and get up with it. So this show right here, man, we actually going to talk about maybe a sensitive subject or two for some people. So trigger warning, because you might get triggered. It is also Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So we might have a couple pieces that touch on that basis, man, because you know we always trying to keep the people aware of what's going on in society. It don't matter what it is. Everything ain't always black and white. You heard me? So let's get this show going tonight, man. My first guest is an author, musician, writer, speaker, storyteller, video producer, and spoken word artist. His love of his Heavenly Father can be felt in anything that he does. That's why this king takes on social relevant topics for faith-based perspective. His aim is to challenge the reader to see the world in a different vantage point. He believes that words have the ability to create, inspire, uplift, and empower. And when you experience his work, you will undoubtedly leave with indelible, y'all know it was one of them words, impressions that there is hope, faith, and love in this world. Man, y'all help me welcome to one and only biblical poet. Yo, King.
How you doing today?
Man, I'm up like the sun all the time, blessed and highly favored. How you feeling?
I'm wonderful. I'm ready
Man,
to
yo,
read the
thank you for
poem.
coming on tonight. For real, for real.
Hopefully everyone will sit back and take it in. This is one of the things that I would say you got to hear it a few times, not because I wrote it, because it's hitting on multiple levels, but this is sparked by Miss Thea. I always give her credit. Miss Thea and Miss Altavis, those are the ones that charged me to write this piece, and this piece was just birthed out of my answer to a problem, an epidemic. And this is how I choose to emote myself in these words. So take it in. Whenever you're ready for me to read it, I'll read it, and we'll go
Man,
from
you know,
there.
I got a couple questions before we even get into the piece. So how long ago did you write the piece?
I wrote this poem probably about 4 or 5 years ago now.
Okay. So what's the
it's
name of the
meaningful
piece?
to me.
Let's start there, because we're talking about the piece and people have no idea what we're talking about. So what's the name of the piece?
So the piece is called No, Not Ever.
No, not ever. That's the piece that I actually saw. Y'all can go on YouTube and see it. Like, links are everywhere for the piece. So make sure that y'all support the king with the piece. It's a very powerful piece. I will say that. Before we go into the piece more, you're also an author. Let's talk about the books that you have. Let's talk about where the books can be found, if it's corner prices. You know, give us the skinny on the books and stuff.
So if you want to find No Not Ever, the poem hashtag No Not Ever, I have it in a book called A League of Their Own, A Stage of Their Own. Bam. We had this product here. It was basically a movement of people that wanted to build their own stage. So No Not Ever is in that. Most of my books I sell directly. They were on Amazon at some time when I was really popping and pushing them. But if someone wants a book, a signed copy, just message me directly. So I have their own Life After Seth, and then The Awakening. The Awakening is more of a hard-hitting piece. It talks about blood on the streets. It talks about, you watch me play a sport, but then you'll watch me die. Something's wrong with that. So I hit on a lot of things. I talk about the flag in that piece. Life After Seth is just my journey. My first child passed away. So Life After Seth is my journey from heartbreak to heart-filled praise, because you got to learn to turn your message
Your
into
a message. I got you. Don't worry, I got you, because I've been speaking that. Yeah.
Into a message. Because a lot of times we say, why me? But you got to understand that God will never give you more than you can bear.
That part.
You're just stronger.
Why not?
You stronger. You stronger than you think you are.
That part.
You are stronger, and I believe that your voice holds the key to somebody else's victory. We overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the words of the testimony that we speak. So we all got a testimony, but we don't understand that the beginning of that word is test. So we want a testimony with no trial. We want to have victory with no battle.
That part.
You feel what I'm saying? So
I've been speaking on it. So I definitely understand where you're coming from, man. I tell people all the time, it ain't no test without a testimony that's gonna come behind it. So with that being said, we ready to hear your testimony. What's the name of the piece again?
No.
All right, let me get up out of here so we can get into the piece.
Don't tell me you didn't know. Don't tell me that you thought that this was acceptable. The images that I see are reprehensible. Don't tell me to give you another chance. The wounds that I see were produced by your hands. Not my wife, not my sister, not my child. No, not ever. To use your power in this way shows me that you don't fully grasp what it means to be a man. To be silent is to be complicit. So I need for you to listen. I have to speak up. The victim's spirits have been crushed, or you have convinced them that their persecution they deserve. The nerve of you just to smile at me like you weren't there when it happened. You are innocent until proven guilty, but the fruits of your actions speaks louder than your cries of innocence. God said it wasn't good for man to be alone, so he sent us a helpmeet, but not for us to beat. Every 9 seconds, a woman is being abused. 1 out of 4 women have been abused. Women that are in abusive relationships, 1 out of 3 of them will end up dead today. Maturity is based off of the level of your decision making. And as far as I can see, you're not that wise. So us men must tell these males, not my mother, not my wife, not my sister, not my child. No, not ever. We aren't supposed to be savages. We're supposed to be beacons. We're supposed to be protectors, lovers, healers in the arms they run into, not the image of the thing they are trying to escape, not killers, hitters, and robbers. Abuse steals the innocence of our women. It hardens them and makes it almost impossible for them to receive love again. Serenity and security are now replaced with the feeling of being agitated and violated. Don't you know that you're messing with your favor, your glory, and the carrier of your destiny? Our seed is no good without a ground to plant it in. God gave the command to love our woman as much as he loved his bride. Silent tears are deadly because they rarely reach the ears of the people that can help. Silent tears can cost them their life, and to blame the abuse is almost as shameful as the crime. I know there are two sides to every story, but right now the size of her scars makes it hard to hear yours. God has seen her silent tears in the years she has spent bottling up her fears. So all of my queens that have been abused, that have been hiding in the shadows, hold on just a little while longer. The world believes you now. The world can receive you now. This is bigger than just me too now. I can hear you now. I can see you now. I can feel you now. I want to hold you now. I want to love on you now. Please show me how. I know I can't erase the past, but tell me how I can help you gain momentum so that you can propel yourself forward to get as far away from that monster called your past, to help you go beyond the things that help you down. God, I pray that we can turn these bricks into a bridge, that you can give her the strength and courage to live again. I need my God brothers to stand up with me. Let's put an end to this nightmare. Not my mother, not my wife, not my sister, not my child. No, not ever. Domestic violence doesn't belong in our society. No, not ever.
Oh man, I see y'all trying to have me in my feels tonight. Definitely trying to get me in my feels because that's a subject that hits home for so many people, not just myself. And so many people get stuck in situationships and don't know how to get themselves out of it, man. So take heed to the message on the corner tonight. And if y'all need extra help or anything like that, and y'all need somebody to reach out to, we got resources for you. That lady that he mentioned, Miss Steele, oh, she got you. She got you on everything that you need to try to get a support system behind you so that you can get to another level. You know what I'm saying? Because we're reaching for new levels. But let's get this show, keep this thing moving, man. My next guest is a retired emergency fight critical care nurse, paramedic, whoo, she was a lot, y'all, who returned to writing poetry to help cope with the cumulative CPTSD from her over 30-year career. She published her first book of poetry collection, Paradoxal, I knew I was going to mix that thing up, Phoenix, in night shortly after losing her home in Fort Myers, Florida in the hurricane. Leslie currently lives, works, and plays in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains in North Carolina, South Carolina, Greenville, doing a job that has nothing to do with nursing, but hopefully tonight she going to be healing them. So help me welcome Paradoxal Phoenix. I think I got that thing in the end, y'all. I think I hit that thing on the head. Let's go. Did I get it in the end?
Yeah, you got it. Paradoxical Phoenix.
Paradoxical Phoenix.
I like it.
I'm trying to say she done gave me a tongue twister for the ages, y'all, and I was trying to
I
practice.
did.
But I'm
I
glad
did.
to have you on, man. I'm definitely glad to have you on tonight. So after working with 30 years of helping people in the field, do you feel like your words are still a way to reach out and help people, or is it just a way to help you right now?
I do actually. I kind of feel like it's a bigger part of nursing almost. My brother put it really well. He told me once, he's like, Les, you've been on the front lines like of Vietnam, for over 20 years. It's kind of time
To take a break.
that you stop and take a break.
Right.
And the decision was made for me in a couple ways. I mean, I injured myself, and then I was on so many medications for PTSD and depression and anxiety. It was stupid.
That's just the universe telling you that it was time to
Oh yeah,
put that energy elsewhere. And since you were getting the hint, it kept allowing more things to happen to keep pushing you away from that field, because you had played your role in that field already. 30 years. Shout out to you for even, doing that for 30 straight years, man. That is amazing. So let's talk about the book. I know that you got a copy of the book. Let's talk about it.
I do. I actually published. Here it is. Yay. Everybody. Here it is. Everybody said they'd buy it, but they're not. Yeah.
Hey, but that's the good thing about your babies. Hopefully you didn't put the baby out for you. You never had a baby for another person. So hopefully you had the baby for you. So now, to watch the baby grow.
Hey, I keep telling people, if I wanted to make money, I would write fiction.
Facts.
Really?
Facts.
I mean, I could just tell stories from.
How much is the book?
You know what? I don't even remember. It's under $15 though, and the ebook is even cheaper than that.
Right, man.
On Amazon.
Beat that price, man. It's on Amazon. You can't beat the price. We're gonna make sure that she puts the link in Poppy's Poetry Corner as well. So if y'all are interested in the book, you can definitely tap in and get yourself a copy, man. I keep telling y'all, man, the more books you have, the more knowledge you put up under your belt, the better you are prepared for the world. So what's the first piece you're giving us tonight?
I figured, since of the month, right? It's we're talking about abuse. And so I figured I'd respond with one of the poems that I wrote, kind of reflecting upon all the battered women that I've seen come through the emergency department, or that I've picked up on the ambulance or flying, because they were incredibly resilient. So this one is called Beaten. And there's a trigger warning with this one too. Because
so I appreciate you giving the trigger warning. You know what I'm saying? Trigger warning, because you get triggered. But on the corner, y'all know it get that way. Sometimes you got a couple triggers going off on the corner, y'all. So with that being said, let me get out the way so she can do Beaten.
All right. So the battered woman stood at the sink, grabbed onto the edge, and tried hard to think. She couldn't remember the first hit, but she'd never forget the last. For when that heavy fist connected, her teeth shattered like glass. She stood for a moment, dazed with the blow, then sunk to the floor with her head hanging low. She thought to herself, how can I leave? I have nowhere to go. No one understands my situation, She watched as her blood ran down that white tile, and her head cracked once more, and her heart cracked once more, seeing her own broken smile. She'd lost her friends, her money, her joy, and in that warm blood, her hopes for a boy. What else can he take? She wondered in fright. I can take your life, the evil whispered back into the night. What must I do so that you'll understand your very life you've placed into my hands? I will say when you come and when you can go, there are no friends without my approval, And before you say, how can this be true? Look in the mirror and pray that woman isn't you.
Growing up, I learned a lot of my knowledge on the corner, and tonight ain't no different, because boy, you just spit that right there. That's what I call some knowledge right there. Two pieces back to back. Back to back, they've been dropping knowledge on the corner tonight. Knowledge about awareness, about things that we definitely don't want going on in our world or in our circle. So let's keep this show moving tonight, man. Yo, we in there. My next queen is known as a community poet that resides in the Bronx, New York. She explores love, equality, and healing through the lens of lived experiences and personal observations. She has performed internationally and off Broadway. She can often be found wandering through the streets of New York City, taking in sights, sounds, smell, seeking that spark for her next poem. Queen has authored not one, not two, but 4 books, including 2 X chromosomes with an extra shot of melanin and Still Laughing. She has also had her words published in Great Weather for Media, Righteous, The Amsterdam, African Voices Magazine, and others. But tonight she's on the corner, and this ain't her first time on the corner, baby. At this point, this queen is just fam. So y'all help me welcome Dara Camilla. But to us, her babies, the poetic. Say this. Let's go.
Hey.
Yo.
So
Dara, what's up, babe? How you
it's
feeling?
good, but you said my name wrong, so we're gonna have to correct that right now. Zara Kalima. You said Zara Camilla.
Kalima. Did I get it wrong? I probably do that about every dang on time too.
That's okay. It's Zara Kalima. We're just gonna make sure
No,
everyone else
that
gets it right.
ain't okay. We gotta get that thing right. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get it down packed. I'm gonna ask you for a recording next time so I can just play it in my ear. We're gonna get this thing right. But I know the name. I do know that she etched in my brain. The poetic. Say this, y'all, and it's in the best way. I ain't talking about, man, the best way. She pushed our pens in ways, man. Yo, she had us writing Rupert Scoop skins. A double roulette. We wrote so many different types of poetry, but the knowledge that I gained from those writes was more than I could have ever asked for. Where everybody else in my class was kind of like, oh my God, how I'm gonna do this? Like, she put me in a box that had me thinking outside the box. And it was almost the easiest ones that I wrote, but they were the most educational ones that I wrote. So give us like the top 3 that you had us to do during class.
Well, I had y'all do a blues sonnet. I had y'all do a pantoum, and then I made y'all do a I was gonna say the other one, and now I got them both trying to get a sestina. I made y'all do a sestina.
I thought you was gonna say the double roulette.
That almost came out of my mouth at the same time, so I couldn't get.
So we named 4 guys, and if you haven't wrote in those forms of poetry, like it definitely extends your pen in ways that you would have never thought that you could push yourself. So I'll always be thankful for the queen for putting knowledge under my belt, because I could sit in a room with some people, I might not be able to pronounce the words right, but they can't talk about no poetry that I don't know at this point. You heard me? So I appreciate the education that she put up under my belt. So let's talk about it. 4 books that you have under your belt. Let's talk about these books.
Yeah, so there's sort of like happened as time happened. So when Black Lives Matter was happening, I had a poem from the way past that I was like, oh, this fits, so let me just write that. So Black Man, Black Woman, Black Child became my Black Lives Matter book. Okay. And even before the Me Too thing happened, I was noticing it in the news, and I was like, yo, it's my time to tell my story. And so I told my story, and then the Me Too movement became what it became. And then I was in a lot of political spaces, or more so in socio, like those like intersectional feminism places. So I wrote an intersectional feminism poetry book. And then, no one gets to hear the story behind the poems. So then I wrote my memoir. And I'm always a smiley person, but am I really happy, or how do I spin those things that are maybe painful to a point of joy? So I named the book Still Laughing, just so that it's finding the joy in the hard things, or just trying to always flip it around, because there's always another side to the conversation. You could even, like, when I fractured my elbow, when I broke my ankle, I didn't do that yet, but when I sprained my ankle,
take that out of the room. You're pulling that back.
But when I sprained my ankle, I was like, I thought I just lost weight. And I had lost like 60 pounds by the time the day I walked through the floor. I walked through the floor. It wasn't on me. But it was a joke that I was saying over and over again because it was funny. Like, how did I lose all this weight? I'm preparing to do a charity walk, and then I walk through the floor.
And then you fall. Right.
Exactly.
You know,
so you just
took off, you wasn't balanced no more. You took off some stuff and your body didn't, you know what I'm saying? That's all
exactly.
Right. So I feel it. So 4 books. Let's try to get them things, hold them beautiful. We're gonna do one at a time. I ain't gonna make you hold them all up. Let's start with the first baby and let's run them down. You know what I mean?
Black
the
man,
artwork.
Black woman, Black child. And all the first 3 are artwork I did. So there's Black man, Black woman, Black child. Then there's Casualty of Love. Then there's 2 X chromosomes with the extra shot of melanin. So you can see, even as I started doing the books, I got a little more complicated. But then my next concept got so complicated, I had to ask for help and get someone else to do it. So even my background right now is actually this image, and that is Still Laughing.
Y'all, so y'all make sure that y'all support the queen. That's 4 amazing books that she has that's out right now. And we ain't even going to talk about the education under her belt. So I already know what these books hitting on. I'm gonna give me a dictionary and get ready because I know she's gonna take it there. You heard me, but in the best way possible. I promise you that. So let's talk about it. Are they corner prices? What we ranging in?
So everything except for the hardcover of the memoir.
All right. Okay, so we talking. What's the hardcover for the memoir? Let's go with the highest bidder, so we'll know what the other one's hitting for.
So the memoir hardcover is $25 because it costs a lot to do hardcover.
Price. Come on, hold up. That's still a corner price. A corner price, you already know, man. That's less than a 3.5. Get live. She got 4 books that you can purchase. That's going to drop some knowledge on you. At least you're going to learn something about the queen, especially in the last one. So, you know, if you are a fan of her work, then that's definitely something that you might want to tap into. And we know the queen got fans out there. So let's get into it. What is the first piece that you're going to give us tonight?
So because y'all started talking about this topic that is this month, and usually October is for me, I focus on it because I am high risk for breast cancer. I did lose my sister to it, but
it's 2 things, so you know, pick whichever one. So we can go. It's this month holds 2 things. So for us, you know, it's okay for us to jump on the other side. And I was talking earlier about how that's crazy that, you know, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and then it's also Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Those 2 in one, you know, month is crazy. But then I had to remember that domestic violence is just not for a queen or a female, y'all. Anybody can experience domestic violence. So with that being said,
and men get breast cancer too. So I've known men who had it.
Man boobs. I'm not even thinking. See what I'm saying? Look at there.
So I am gonna do a piece about emotionally abusive relationship I was in.
All right, let's get into it. Trigger warning if you triggered. Let's go.
Bad math. You told me I was too negative for you. I was no good for your health. Math minor me pulled out the chalk and the board. If bosses and colleagues and then you say I'm the common denominator, then the problem is me. The math was simple. Solve until x equals 0. 0 means 0 deficiencies for you and others to point out. It means 0 problems for me to add to situations. It means 0 added stress for you. I needed to be not. I mean, that's what you said when you said I was too negative for you. I was subtracting for you, but 0 subtracts nothing. It adds nothing too. I thought I added value. The more I was with you, the more I felt like 0. So yeah, math. I mathed out the pharmacy in my home. 30 Ambien plus 15 thiazidones, a bunch of unfinished bottles of the antidepressants and painkillers, some with do not mix warnings, equal a finished me. Simple enough, but I forgot a factor in the variable. I hate swallowing pills. How many can I get in before they try to get out? I considered etching equal signs, no, and 11, 1 on each arm, as if I didn't catch, but if I didn't catch a vein, I'd just be gifted with traces of how often I miss marks, just like bosses and colleagues and you said. You said a lot. You also said you considered self-harm, then held me hostage for multiple days, not caring about how much that divided me into pieces. You subtracted from me. You subtracted time, energy, productivity, mental health, and you still keep subtracting. You posed as a plus sign. I came to you trying to find positivity, but you were the polar opposite. And a positive times a negative only breeds more negativity. I was going to let a negative sign negate my existence. I was going to zero myself out. Thankfully, I couldn't math the minimal mix necessary. Thank God clarity came while calculating, because you almost made me do the worst kind of math. Poem.
Boy, you sure ain't write that, because that shit right there was facts. No cap, the facts that she figured out in the end. To math ain't mathing. I was like, hold up, that might have been a line, and I did. The math wasn't mathing for her. I love the fact that the queen stood up in the end of that, man. We're gonna keep this show rolling right on along, man. My next king is from Asbury Park, New Jersey. He started writing as a rapper, but his content was always honest and educational. So when given the opportunity to perform in a poetry room, man, King knew he was at home. His message is to help people to get more considerate with others, and in his word, take their own heads out their own culos. You know what I'm saying? Letting you know that integrity of his poetry is going to speak for himself. And tonight, it ain't no different. Tonight, P.P.C, welcome radio. Let's go. Oh, making his first time on this thing too. What up, King? How you feeling?
Excellent. If I say anything else, it might happen. What's going on?
That's what I'm saying. I'm already peeping the dopeness behind you, so you know my eyes already shoot real quick, like to the dopeness behind you. So all of this is you, sir.
Absolutely. Well, not necessarily it's everybody that I support. I got my brother up here. I got my cuz up here. I got my bro up here. I got a couple of shirts of my own, but everybody up here is black business. I mean, black owned. They're supporting us.
That's a strong wall right there that you done built in. That make it even more because it ain't just your stuff.
Except for my man over here. He from Canada. But, I mean, like, he's still my man.
Hey, man, sometimes color don't make a difference. You know what it is. So I'm loving that activity back there. The fact that you do create, not only do you create words, but you create your own merch as well. So let's pop it off. Where can the people find the merch first and foremost? Because I see it and it's popping.
Man, you can hit my line, man, for real. You know what I mean? Hit me
You
up.
gotta tell people how to hit your line, man. Where they can go? Are we going Instagram? Are we going Facebook? Where we going to make sure that we can pop some of this merch?
Ghetto2glory.com. Ghetto2glory.com. Like I said, hit me direct. And I got these shirts on direct. I got merch on my website as well. So tap in.
Hey, man, I'm going to make sure that we get the link also put up in P.P.C. Ghetto to Glory. I love the name of it by itself. It make you want to just walk around with your chest out, don't it? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. That's exactly like Superman. Like I come home from work, I unbutton my shirt and I put my
I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Touchdown. So I absolutely love that. So King, I'm gonna ask you a different question than everybody else. How long have you been writing itself? Because I know you said you started with rap, which we all seem to do. Middle school, we all hitting on the table, like, you know. So how long?
You talking 24 years?
Sweet.
And the crazy thing is, my first rap was trying to rap. And I ain't like, it was nice. Like, so I spit it a little while ago, but somebody was like, oh, snap, that was kind of nice. But I'm like, I didn't feel it because it didn't have me. It didn't have me in it. You know what I mean? My father, I would always describe my father as like a Malcolm X type character. Like, but he never stopped being red either. But,
that part.
You know what I mean? Like with that.
But that's the best of both worlds, man. That's that street knowledge. If you ain't got that, then you know what I'm saying.
It showed a real man, definitely. But with that being said, I wanted to carry on the torch of spitting the knowledge. So my next joint was like, all right, where you at? These devils are shine blind us. You know what I mean? Like
that.
It was on from there.
That part right there, man. I absolutely love it. So what's the first piece you're getting into tonight for us, King?
Man, I got something for the moms. I don't really have a piece directed at domestic violence. Like I said, I guess I'm still traumatized from me facing it myself, jokingly.
That part.
But
Insider, don't worry about it.
I do wanna represent the mothers. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna tell a little joke right now, if you don't mind. You mind if I tell a joke?
Nah, man, we love to lighten the mood up a little bit in this thing. Let's get it.
All right, I got you. I got you. Your mama is so fat, she pursues her aspirations tactically, purposely hiding attitudes timely, powerfully harnessing awesome talent. A queen bee, preparing hives artillery tremendously by patiently healing all trauma. I mean, your mama's so dumb. Her dedication universally motions balance, demonstrating urbane maturity blissfully, deleting unnecessary mistakes and or blemishes, still dominating under mad bullshit, decisively using man's brain because dummy underestimated mama's brilliance. Boy, your mama's so dirty. She designed internal reminders, training you. She decodes ideal readings, teaching you. She destroys ignorance, running towards you, demanding immediate respect, trusting you to do intelligent, rational things, youngin. And she doesn't impart running to you, baby daddy, though she should have access, so she deemed important raising the you. And ladies, your mama's so ugly. She has unfinished goals, loving you, uncertain, guiding, leading you, uneasily grinding, liberating you, knowing she's undoubtedly going to lose you, or at least your innocence, to an uninvolved guy lusting you, instead of him uniting, godly leading you, because she taught you through her own mistakes. He should understand greatness and lovingly yield. And whoo, your mama's so black. When you turn off all the lights and she open her eyes and smile, all you see is her eyes and teeth, symbolizing what God supposedly said, let there be light, and there she was. God saw that the light was good, and she separated the light from the darkness, or something like that. I never read the Bible. But so black, the human experience wouldn't exist without her resilience and duty to her lineage. So black, all colors vibrating together make her. So black, other cultures need to collectively put her down just to feel an ounce of equality, for no other culture of women has historically been through more pain. Moral of the story, your mama ain't no joke.
Oh, that black girl magic. Come back, say, oh, that black girl magic. Yo, I love that shit. Oh, I did. The flip was amazing, man. I'm gonna have to go back. I should have, Shim, you should have been saying, you sure I ain't write that? Because that shit was dope. You heard me? I absolutely love it, man. Let's keep this show on rolling, man. We're going to bring biblical back up here so we can get some more knowledge, man. You know what's up, King. Yo, thank you so much for even bringing the awareness. I don't even know the show tonight didn't have a theme. It really didn't. I just knew that I was going to bring him on tonight because when he hit me up, actually, Auntie hit and was like, yo, my peoples, you know what I'm saying? You know what this month got going on, my peoples, and you got the poetry going on. And I'm like, yo, come on, you know what's up. Let's make something shake. So the fact that the vibrations in the room are vibrating off of that, yo, you know what I'm saying? It's simply amazing to me. No cap. So with that being said, how long have you actually been advocating for, things that, resonate to us as a people, period?
Well, when I was in middle school is when I really started writing. And when I became probably about 10 years ago, I was sitting at my desk and a voice said, it's time to rise up and speak again. And I believe that I could be a voice to the voiceless and articulate a message. I don't use any profanity or anything like that, and I don't knock people that do, but sometimes your message gets lost when it's braided and tattooed. Feel what I'm saying? And I'm corporate. I got an electrical engineering degree. I'm a professional salesperson. So when they hear someone like me talking about the flag, they hear someone talking like me talking about gun violence, domestic violence, and all those type of things, it hits them differently because yes, I listen to Sean Hannity and Rush Limbaugh, but I also listen to Roland Martin. Feel what I'm saying? You have to
I'm gonna look
understand.
some of them people up. I'm gonna drop the link.
Yeah. Those some of those ultra conservatives because I understand that the truth is somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
And many times we've let the pendulum swing so far that we get caught up in not wanting to hear truth. Everybody is going to view life through the prism that they see. So what is true to you is based on your circumstances. But what is true to me is based on my circumstances. And I'm not going to allow you to mute me. When you are not afraid to die, you'll speak your voice.
Woo, we're gonna stop you right there. That was just some strong joints. he just, I'm telling you, knowledge on top of knowledge. You got to absolutely love it. So tonight, that voice will be heard. What is the second? Wait, before I get into that, the book. How much is the book? I forgot.
The book, all my books are $20 plus shipping.
Dang, you see what I'm saying? You add a little shadink to dink, he might sign it and everything for y'all, man. So we definitely dropping the links. We got corner prices going tonight for some absolutely amazing authors that need support. So let's get it. So the second piece you're dropping for us
today. I wanted to write this piece as a follow-up to No Not Ever. So the vision of beauty, I wanted women to know how beautiful they are. But as a biblical poet, I'm always going to be praying for you. So this piece is called Intercession. So just listen with your heart and listen with the words. There's no video to this one. No Not Ever got a video. This is just something that I released in my spirit and that I wrote, that I share because I want people to know that I'm always going to be interceding on your behalf.
Ooh, I love it. Let's go.
Excuse me. How are you? You tell me that you are okay, but the eyes are the windows to the soul. And when I look into your eyes, I can see that you're not whole. You tell me that you're a strong, confident woman, but the little girl that I see in your eyes tells me something different. You smile to make me think I've misread. However, your apprehension to receive affection has led me to the conclusion that there is something hurting you. I want you to know that I will never stop praying. Even though you try to push me away, I'm staying. Know that the Father knows all and he sees all. What I sense is an unresolved issues. Problems can be solved, but issues need to be healed. God wants you whole. What happened to you is not you. The residue of what happened to you can hold you in a mental prison. Even though you are free, you live condemned in your mind. I pray that the shackles on your heart and mind be released, that the shame of your involuntary involvement that God will ease. Father, replace the nightmares and send peace. Make the triggers cease. God, I know you've seen her tears, and I know you were there at the time she wanted to die. I know you hurt her heart when it was too painful to speak. Father, keep her because she is beyond my reach. Send your love because I can't seem to find where she is. Please navigate through the wounds in her life. If I could change the past, I would, but I know you are powerful enough to move her to a place that is secure enough for her to release the heartbreak, the heartaches, the secrets that her mouth won't let escape. Heal her from the inside out. When I look into her eyes, I want to see that strong, courageous queen she has been telling me about. Lord, I don't know if she has come to you, but I want to intercede on her behalf. As a man, you said it wasn't good for me to be alone. However, having her physically at home, but to see inside emotionally, she's not home. Father, it breaks my heart. I promise to love her to life, and I know that you are the God of life. I understand that no man will ever complete her. It is your grace and love that will bring her to completion. God, you are the architect of our lives. So, Father, release the blessing that you have for her life. So the next time that I look into her eyes, there will be the woman you created her to be looking back at me. Intercession.
Yeah. I'm coming live from the A, man, but that shit that deserved the A, man. Can the church say?
For facts, that definitely deserve the amen. Yo, I love when kings stand up. Ain't nothing sexier coming from me. You know what I'm saying? No Diddy than a king that know how to protect the queen, man, straight like that. So I absolutely love that piece. Man, we're going to go ahead and bring Leslie back up. Let's get it. Let's go.
Hey.
Yo, thank you for popping your cherry tonight with the corner, y'all. This is her first time performing her words so people can actually see her. So shout out to her. People know it ain't easy being this breezy up here, baby. It takes a couple of cojones to get on this platform or any platform. So shout out to you for doing that tonight.
Well, thank you for having me.
Hey, no problem, man. Thank you for coming and having us. You know what I'm saying, in your living room tonight. I think that's where we at. Look like we're in the living room. So thank you for having us in your living rooms tonight. So what's the second piece you're getting into for us tonight?
So I was just trying to decide, but I think I'm going to share Owning Hell.
All right. Well, you can have that one by yourself. Let me get up out of here. Yeah.
I was forced to walk through hell today. I met up with the devil and I invited him to play. I knew immediately that he was surprised. It was easy to tell by the look in his eyes. He wasn't expecting my confidence and grace when I strolled right in like I owned the place. It had been quite some time since anyone had dared to look the devil in his eyes. Most people are scared. But I knew I had nothing left to lose. And at that point, you can't pick and choose. So I decided on this journey, twisted and dark, I'd never lose my unique spark. I walked through hell, carrying buckets of ice water, feeling like a target and cannon fodder. Step by step, I persevered. Hell, I've discovered, lasts 7 years. I've learned that the devil isn't exactly who he seems, and it turns out time spent in hell can help you realize your dreams.
Oh, I absolutely love that piece. Yay!
Oh, I really did love that piece. On top of the fact that she was talking about me in the beginning, like you be scared. I was running, and then I was like, hold up. I walk in the place like I own it too. I can do that. Wait a minute. We can team up on this. You know what I'm talking about? So that was absolutely amazing, man. Shout out to her again for just jumping off the porch, man. That's definitely important. Y'all already know I'm finna bring back one of my favorite people on the block, man. My poetic sadist.
Yay.
All right, so did I ask you how many years of this you got under your belt, Queen?
I was trying to do the math, and I don't like the math because that's not fair. We're
the math
talking
ain't
about
mathing. She went back to the math ain't mathing, y'all.
exactly. I think that's rude to ask somebody like their age because that's essentially what you're doing. But I will say it is over 30 years.
Yo, that's lineage. So with that being said, I'm gonna ask the question: What advice would you give to an up and coming poet or somebody who's trying to find themselves out there?
So I would say two things, maybe three real quick. Be humble, but don't discount what you've done. Because I decided on this week in a workshop that I was not going to say, oh, I'm new to this, I'm young to this, I'm trying to figure it out. No, I can say that I done did some things. I've been around, I've gotten paid, I gotten all this stuff. I'm still learning. I will never stop learning. I will never stop redefining my pen. I will always be working. I'll be working until the day I die. I plan to be that writer who dies while writing. Like, that's going to be my plan. Someone did it. I plan on joining him and doing it too. But like, I'm not going to discount though what I've already done because I done did a lot.
Right.
And we're not taking that away either. So don't take away what you've done, but make sure you're humble while you're still acknowledging what you have done.
I can definitely understand the sentiment. And you already know what I'm finna tell y'all. Ain't no humble around here. Big yourself up. Man, I'm perfect. I'm doing it. I'm moving, and we are on go.
And
Okay.
that's why we love you. Because you like seriously, you have no idea. And I'm gonna say it here so that people can't like it, so it's on record. You have no idea what your messages mean to me and what you do for me in terms of making me think on a positive note, to remind myself to be kind and gentle to myself. I'm in some serious deep work, and I'm always on. And you just remind me to pause and pat myself on the back and be like, you're wonderful. Give myself a hug. Like, your energy is a gift to all of us. And I just want to say thank you for that.
Hey man, I appreciate you and I receive Ashe and I love you. I can say that right here on this mother sucking live, man. We be lit behind the scenes, y'all, for real, for real. She remind me to hug myself some days, like, and ask me how my day going. So I appreciate that, man. Shout out to all the big friends in here. Y'all should know, no humble in this thing, man. So we up like the sun. So with that being said, man, you and I remind her that too. Y'all know it. I be in her inbox like, no, big you up. What you had going on today? Let's big you up. Let's talk about it. So that's definitely a message. So I appreciate y'all, man, for real, for real. So what's the second piece you're getting into for us tonight?
Someone requested that I do my response poem to Taboo Encounters. So Taboo Encounters is from Paul Cram, and I responded to that piece. So what's up, bestie? And so this is my response to that to his poem.
Oh, let's get it, man. Oh, speaking of which, man, Louisiana Lyricist Lounge Sunday. Tap in. You know what? I'm gonna let her do the piece, and then I gotta be on full screen when I talk about it. Hold on, let me get out of here.
I know we said, ooh, I'm dropping my mic. I'm gonna try that again. I know we said we would stop doing this because we should not be doing this, but our favorite room is already booked. And look, I tried not thinking of you and me in a sea of soaking sheets, but us is my favorite fantasy. So why not do this again? I say just one more time, but even this time will include a few times. Let's forget time and enjoy how we do when we rendezvous. You know I hunger for you and your skillful lips between my steamy hips. And would you be so kind as to massage my scalp while I moisturize your dome? Just the thought makes me softly moan. Let me make you moan. Can we just get to doing this? Doesn't me standing this close to you, smelling this delicious, feel hard for you to say no to? It's hard for you, right? Besides, the line was crossed so long ago. Why not let me place my legs across your core? Let's explore with no boundaries, giving into the sexual tension our bodies need release from, that only we can release each other from by releasing it from each other. And are you ready to release your most primal emotions with me? Would you interlock my locks and your stern fingers while you pump your powerful, potent potion of passion into me? Or squeeze my neck as you declare your dickmatizing dominance all over parts of this body you've discreetly and seductively tattooed? Let's not think of this encounter as taboo. It's what we are destined to do. You know you want this. You know I need it. Let there be no more supposed to's between our bodies, or not supposed to between our bodies. Come, press your luscious lips here. Rest your burdens under that pile of clothes. And let's get to doing this. Poem.
Boy, I feel you on that shit. That gave me chills. Ooh, wait. Yes, Lord, I love when they drip on the mic. She said, I done dropped the mic. I knew it was going down then. I was like, oh, hell yeah, let's do it. Y'all already know, man, I'm going to bring my next guest up here before I make my announcement so he can close this room on out, man. Radio, let's go. Oh, radio, what we talking about? I like that one. I like that, radio. What we talking about? Let's get it. So, second piece, what you gonna close us out with tonight?
Time's up. It's a
Ooh.
wrap for that crime stuff.
Hey.
The studio's the new wire.
Hold on. Let me get up out of here. You need the full screen. You know what I'm talking about? I just wanted to know the name of it. Slow down. I just want to get to know you. You know what I'm saying? What's the name of the piece? What's the name of the piece, King?
So this piece right here, is untitled. I'm gonna give it a title right now. Time's up.
Time's up. I knew he was gonna go back to that because he started that with time's up. What up, Niecy Pooh? Let me get out of here.
Not bad. I'll be ready to jump the gun. Time's up. It's a wrap for that crime stuff. The studio's the new wire. Self-inflicted lineups. You blaming the engineer, but you paid him for them 9 cuts. This cat put 9 lives on tape and couldn't give 9 fucks. You think them raps about that weight you move or show your spine tough? Admitting your hands trash with that talk how your 9 bust? Gotta check these dudes' noses for specks of that fine dust. When people been not having a foot on your neck was blind luck. Shit, I could see hustling, but where's your blind trust? And that retainer for that lawyer's like keys to them iron cuffs. Should have been Mario chasing coins, not hunting them fine ducks. And sliding only takes us down, nigga. Go climb up. Ladder choices from them voices that got hoisted and unstuck. Avoid the moises, making noises. Them niggas just run mucks. No integrity, just celebrities fronting heavily for my bucks. All due respectfully, I'm what's next to see, nigga. Hold my nuts. Pops raised me a little different from all of my other siblings. Anti-colonial. You hardly ever see me at Thanksgivings. Not a different love, it's just I was filled with innate wisdom. Not to mention all the tools I was given to escape prison. Streets taken, they ain't given. No trust is the core religion. Detroit moving on all pistons. Mistakes are unforgiven. If it's free, why won't you listen to all the wisdom I'm giving? You a chemist, you in that kitchen, just change the formula, mix it. Diabetes can be your study, or you can be cancer fixing. Vixens, only fans is where you're ending. If she thinks IG thinks she's attractive, then the BBL's pending. To me, outside she's gorgeous, but her inside's like a gremlin. And as soon as she gets wet, she gonna multiply with children. That's an eerie feeling. I pray she finds the time to do some healing. From them 69s taking a whole team down, squilling. No daddies or kids are raised by that PJ building and all its feelings. From the church ladies' groceries to the drug dealers. From earning respect to how to earn a living. No voluntary external resources given, so it's down the drain. Talk about a pipeline to prison. This shit's a shame. You either selling your soul for money or attempting to protect your name. Bottling up emotion until we just go insane. Either that or we get the gap and call it putting in pain. Riding headless through the town like a body Constable Crane, trying to figure out who to blame. If mama wasn't on rock and my father ain't had a game. If hip hop ain't make it so damn cool to sell some cane. The auto ball ballroom was spotless of Malcolm stains. I'm from the era of the study of effects of that lead paint. Red 40 dies slow in our reproductive genes. The wisdom's being lost in what most would just call a fame. So I guess the real challenge is keeping our future clean. Listen, Jack, the stalk can't grow if you pop the bean. King, how y'all standing on business while sipping lean? I imagine the ammunition we wasting protecting queens, fulfilling young Martin's dreams. I see Marcus tilting his hat. Malcolm smiled with a gleam. Miss Lack sit and relax. Henrietta, your blood is clean. No more vultures up in our culture. We vegan the whole scene. The banker hitting my line for a loan instead of a lien. In this land of milk and honey, we kill the bees for the cream. I witnessed Jehovah's rise. I know money, it ain't a thing. I know baby for cash money. All it taught us was how to bling. X stopped us from being greedy. You slipping no love for me. They must think that I'm common. I'm just fine and forever be. Plus, reset the effects of dividing and conquering. They'll never trick us again. I'm showing all of these schemes. Hammer this fucker's ankles and leave them in misery. They want to hold it so bad, let them fade in their history. Picture all us as one. We finally formed as a team. Our minds have now been uncultured. By the way, my name is Razim.
Ooh-wee, boy, you can't get no real power without the outlet. Thank you for being a source. Yo, if he didn't just be a source for a whole bunch of, this show is just off the chain, man. If you're just now popping in, make sure you go back and give yourself a rewind because it's definitely working. Man, a couple of announcements to make. Voting matters. Get your behind out there and get your vote on, man, because I did my black job. I got my vote on. Make sure that you do the same. Sunday, make sure that you tap in with the Louisiana Lyricist Lounge, where the anthology, that includes me and some amazing people who was in my drill class. Man, we coming through to blow that joint off the hinges. I tell you what, Paul ain't even going to be hosting that week. We going to have the one and only Mystic holding us down. That's how serious it's about to get in that thing on Sunday. So make sure that y'all tap in. Sunday, 8 o'clock, Louisiana Lyricist Lounge. We in the house, baby, and believe this, they not like us. So you ain't gonna see nothing like you about to see on Sunday. It's about to go down. And then on the other hand, y'all know what I say. Make sure you wake up with gratitude so it shows in your attitude. So you can reach those major altitudes. And guess what, y'all? We out. This show was lit, man. We ain't got but one more to go. Yeah, man, so we made it to the end of another tremendously dope show. Y'all already know Key-notez gonna be thanking y'all tomorrow with her little foo-foo praise dance. Y'all know that's what she praised everybody for tapping on in. You know, I go to church too. Like, hey, man, we made it through another show, man, and I like to thank my damn self for being the host with the most, the mother sucker that I am. Yeah, you heard it. I was a bad mother sucker, and I'm out. Let's go.